Okay.
Is that your foot?
You said you climb mostly at Henry. What do you climb?
Oh, where's she going?
What level? Yeah. Like 4 to 5.
Walked out the door.
Okay, let us begin.
The thing from anyone is like a little bit harder, but not.
Okay.
I just really started getting into V3s. So.
Is the fan helping? Does the fan make it better? Oh, good. I'll put on my jacket so I look more professional.
I did 1 V6 and I was so proud of myself. I was looking into V6.
Okay.
Now it's 12 hours, and I had like V2s, and now I've been like going backwards.
So, questions on homework.
I have questions.
Oh.
Okay.
I had mostly word problems.
Okay. Ask away.
What's the word problems at the end of that?
The linear one, like that distributed method.
Which ones?
For the linear equations, you know how you had to work them out on
3-6?
page 181.
Yes.
No,
That was Wednesday's homework.
this second half where it says solve
The system using any...
No, using the substitution method.
Oh, okay.
I got confused with that.
So which one do you want me to do? Do you want me to start with 19?
Sure.
Okay. So 19, this is page 181, number 19. Okay. Do you mind reading off the problem to me? Anybody?
I got it. 19.
Yes, please.
X minus 6y minus 2z equals -8. Negative x plus 5y plus 3z equals 2. And 3x minus 2y minus 4z equals 18.
Okay. So using the substitution method, let's do this one. And so this is 1, 2, and 3. Let's color code. What's exciting? Why do you look like you're blushing? What are you doing? Are you okay?
It's the gobstopper.
Oh.
It sounds like pop rock.
It sounded like a tooth.
I rolled it against my teeth and it made like a muffled sound.
Okay. So, for number 1, we have x minus 6y minus 2z equals -8. So if we add everything that's over here with x to isolate x, we get that x equals 6y plus 2z minus 8. Okay? So let's plug that into equation 2. Let's do 3. So for equation 3, we have now 3 times 6y plus 2z minus 8 minus 2y minus 4z equals 18. So 18y plus 6z minus 24 minus 2y minus 4z equals 18. Make sense? Everybody's good? Okay, combining like terms, we get 16y and then plus 2z and then minus 24. So let's add this 24 over here equals 42. 32, 40. Yes?
Because I wasn't here for this class, is this a linear combination with 3 equations?
It's solving systems of equations with 3 equations, but this is a substitution method. Linear combination is when you stack them on top of each other and add straight down.
So this is...
Okay. What?
Forever to understand like how to do it,
But it's like once you
it's just
understand
like
it, you
it's a
can do it
formula,
easy.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a little labor intensive. The only thing you have to be careful of, you can't plug something back into itself or you will get circular problem. Yeah. It'll just be, you'll end up getting just a true statement and that won't help you solve anything. Like
The goal is
0
like
equals 0.
untrue. Oh, like the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's take this x and let's plug that into equation 2.
I thought if you got 0 equals 0, that meant you had no slope.
No, if you get 0 equals 0, that means you have infinite solutions to a
Okay.
system.
Oh, right. Sorry.
That's okay.
Forgot about that.
No, that's fine. All right. So for number 2, we have negative x. So x is 6y plus 2z plus 5y plus 3z. Oh, wait. 6y plus 2z minus 8 equals 2. Nobody's lost so far? Everybody's good?
I don't know what you're doing, but I know I got the right answer. So.
I'm solving with substitution.
Okay, I think I did
It looks
that.
like you used linear combination.
How do you do linear combination with 3?
Well, we can do a problem like that. Okay. So, distributing out this negative, I've got negative 6y minus 2z plus 8 plus 5y plus 3z equals 2. So, combining my like terms, negative y plus z, moving my 8 to the other side equals negative 6. So, the thing to keep in mind and keep repeating to yourself when you're doing these, you need exactly 2 equations to solve for 2 variables. If you have 1 variable, you only need 1 equation to solve, like 3x plus 4 equals 5. That's 1 equation, and there's only 1 unknown there, so you have enough to solve. If you have 3 equations with 3 unknowns, you have exactly enough to solve. Does that make sense? So the first step is to get it down to 2 equations with 2 variables. So here, I have y and z, and y and z. So now I can combine those and solve it down into just 1 equation with 1 unknown. And then I'll know what that unknown is, and I just get to move back up. Does that make sense? So
once you take 2 of the equations, you can combine them after you solve for 1 of the variables, and then you can do it like normal linear.
yes. So, but this is asking us to do substitution, so I'm still going to substitute.
Yeah, you can substitute.
Okay, so I'm going to add y over to this side and get that z equals y minus 6. So plugging this into this, I get 16y plus 2 times y minus 6 equals 42. So 16y plus 2y minus 12 equals 42. So 18y equals, adding this to the other side, 54. Y equals 3. Make sense? Yes, good. Then if y equals 3, z equals 3 minus 6. So z equals negative 3. And if y is 3 and z is negative 3, plugging that into any of them, it doesn't matter, just working backwards, we have x minus 6y, so 18, minus 2z, so plus 6, equals negative 8. Well, negative 18 plus 6 is negative 12, so x minus 12 equals negative 8. So adding 12 to both sides, x equals 4. And so your solution is 4, negative, or positive 3, negative 3. How's everybody feel?
Oh, so you could graph that in like 3D.
You
No,
missed that lesson.
Let's not do
That'd
that.
be crazy.
You definitely are doing that in 3-5. Okay.
That's
Does that make
exciting.
sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. I did it wrong.
I do a lot
Okay.
of 3D. Well, I used to do a lot of 3D stuff.
Well, hopefully this will make more sense to you then.
Your copy has eyes, so I think you should.
That really freaked me out when I looked down. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it just freaked me out. I was like, what is that?
But it's cute. I like to put Google eyes on.
If you want coffee, you pretty much like have to kiss it though. Right? Because
It has the eyes.
Don't make it weirder. Don't make it weirder, Justin. Okay. Is everybody okay with this problem?
Yeah, how's it not?
If anybody didn't get this answer, do you want to copy down this work or take a picture of it or something?
I got the
We'll
answer.
definitely take a picture.
Okay.
I got the
I'll take a
answer.
picture.
I didn't show my work on here though.
Oh, please do that in your homework. Okay.
Number
I should have bought the work, but I thought I wanted to.
Okay.
Say all the ones after that. 25 to 33. I don't know.
I did a lot of work for the
Oh,
children.
yeah. It is that
Okay.
thing. I got confused.
Okay.
Yeah, the two and the method one.
So if everybody's okay with this, did you take a picture yet, Jocelyn?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will move on to 25 because that's the next one that I heard somebody has a question about. I think I'm actually going to leave this right here.
Secrets?
Yeah, the sweet tarts are sour.
What? Really?
I don't think so.
46. 46.
I am just so proud of myself that I finally figured out the streaming stuff. I'm so happy. Apparently the whole time I needed like some sort of outside thing to stream it. Like YouTube does not allow you to stream directly. You have to have some other form of software to do that. It does on your phone, but it will not on your computer.
It was stapler.
Well, it's probably because there's the YouTube app on your phone itself.
Right, and there's no YouTube
There's no
app
YouTube app on
for the desktop. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Samantha. Okay. So erase this.
Oh, that's why I see there's like a bunch of gamers that stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. And they're probably using that full software. That makes a lot of sense.
Not to me, but I'm glad you get it. Okay. So, number 25. Does somebody mind reading it off to me? So page 182.
By the way, are we still in the presentation points? Because I don't think we did any last.
Yes. Oh, you mean bonus points?
Yeah.
Oh, I only have like 4 today. I need to make more. So how about I just give them away? Like, just let you know. Huh?
I'm down.
Okay. Or how about I give them away extra heavily on Wednesday? How's that? Okay. So, does somebody mind reading me off the problem?
Oh, I'll read it. Okay. 17x minus y plus 2z equals negative.
Okay, 17x minus y.
Minus y plus 2z equals 9.
Okay.
X plus y. X plus y minus 4z equals 8.
Okay.
And 3x minus 2y plus, minus 12z equals 24.
Okay. So, and it says solve using any method? Okay, so I'm going to add these two together. So, equation 1, so 17x minus y plus 2z equals 9. Oh, it's negative? That's okay. And then x plus y minus 4z equals 8. So adding those together, right, I didn't change anything. I had 18x minus 2z equals negative 1. Is everybody following so far? That makes sense? Okay. Now, I know that I need to get rid of my y, because I need to get another equation, a second equation with x and z, so that I can solve this new mini system that I'm setting up. Okay, so looking up here, getting rid of y, I can, okay, I'm going to take this equation, x, I'm actually just going to use substitution, plus y minus 4z equals 8. So if I get rid of everything that's over here with y and move it to the other side, I get that y equals negative x plus 4z plus 8. Does that make sense?
Could I have done this? I just
Yeah, you can
multiplied
use.
this by 2 and that by -10, so then they'd be.
Wait, you multiplied that by negative 10?
I mean, no, sorry, that was by -. Okay, so
Okay, yeah, you can do
this
that.
by 2 and then.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So then if I plug that into, let's do equation 3, 3x minus 2 times negative x plus 4z plus 8 minus 12z equals 24. So 3x plus 2x minus 8z minus 16 minus 12z equals 24. So combining my like terms, I have that 5x minus 20z, adding my 16 to the other side gives me 40. Make sense? Okay, so I'm going to solve by substitution again by adding the 2z here, so plus 2z, and adding the 1 to both sides. I get 2z equals 18x plus 1. Dividing everything by 2, I get that z equals 9x plus 1/2. So, taking this and plugging it in over here, 5x minus 20 times 9x plus 1/2 equals 40. So 5x minus 20 times 9 is 180x, and then negative 20 times 1/2 is negative 10 equals 40. So subtracting, I get that 5x minus 180x is negative 175x equals, adding 10 to the other side, 50. So x equals 50 divided by negative 175, which equals negative 2/7. Does that make sense?
That, but then when I tried to plug that into other things, I still couldn't get the right answer for everything else.
Okay.
So,
Well, let's see. So that's my x. So I'm going to plug that back into, neither one of them is going to be very convenient. So I'll plug that into this one. So I get negative 5 times negative 2/7 minus 20z equals 40. So this is negative 10/7 minus 20z. It got creepy quiet in the classroom next to us.
Wow, you're right.
They're always shouting and stuff. I hear something a little bit. Maybe they're playing Heads Up 7-Up. Okay, so adding 10/7 to both sides, I get that negative 20z. I need a common denominator, so 40 times 7 is 280. 280/7 plus 10/7. So then negative 20z equals 290 over 7. So dividing both sides by negative 20, I get that z equals, canceling that out, 29, negative 29 over 14. So now, let's use orange. Yay! Okay, so I know z and I know x. So I have enough to plug that into one of these equations and get it down to just one variable. So I'm going to do the easiest one, which I think is the second one. So x, which is negative 2/7, plus y minus 4 times negative 29 over 14 equals 8. So negative 4 times negative 29 over 14. These cancel out. This becomes a 2, and this becomes a 7. So negative 2/7 plus y, and then these became positive, plus 58/7 equals 8. So negative 2/7 plus 58/7 is 56/7, which simplifies to just the number 8. So y plus 8 equals 8. Y is 0. So my final answer, just writing it here because there's room here, is going to be my x, which was negative 2/7, my y, which is 0, and my z, which is negative 29/14. Why are you shaking your head?
So much. That was one thought.
This is nothing, Johnson.
We don't even
Oh my
have,
gosh.
if we need to go bigger than that, we need like one of the big university blackboards.
Well, I
where
want
they
one of those.
span
Seriously,
massive sprawling math.
I had an honors pre-calculus student on Thursday, and tutoring them, I did one of their homework problems, and it took me 3 pages. Like me.
How many
Like, I don't
homework
need to go
problems do they get assigned?
multiple run-throughs. A lot. Math is hard.
Why
How
do
many-
you do it?
Wait,
Why do I do it?
Why do we need to do it?
Because it makes you better thinkers and better people. Like this right here. You didn't do that in any of your other classes. Google eyes on my phone. Just showing the camera. That I figured out how to use!
Like the only reason to major in math is to teach people to do math so they can major
Oh,
in math
no.
to teach math again.
No,
It's
no.
like an endless
We would
cycle.
not be able to do anything that's new without math. We would not be able to invent anything. We would not be able to do any kind of business. We would not be able to maintain any businesses. We would not be able to sell anything. We would not be able to explore anything, to go into space, to ship anything, to navigate anything. We couldn't do anything. No government programs. Nothing. Nothing whatsoever could be done without math. You could just sit in your home and not buy any food until you
you wouldn't
starve to
have a
death
home.
praying. Yeah, well, you would probably starve to death long before they repossessed it. See? Math is worthwhile.
They needed math to build the home.
And if you didn't have to learn
Not
basic
this kind
math
of
skills, by the time you got to a point where you have to like be an adult, manage all your own finances, paying somebody else to do it without having any way to tell whether or not that's right, you're risking your entire livelihood. And how many stories have you heard about like their accountants embezzled money? A lot. Well, I'm more
I'll go
red.
to
It's not hard to imagine.
It's not hard to imagine. Embezzling funds is one of the top white collar crimes. It's called. Okay.
Didn't we have my history class had a long discussion about white collar crimes.
It's
I
a
was gonna say,
thing.
didn't we talk about this last week?
It's a thing. Well, I'm also a history teacher, so expect things to wrap right around there. I just
Okay,
gave my AP World History class their first test. It's 12 pages.
What?
Ancient civilizations.
But like what font? Because when I saw we had like a 6-page test, I was like, oh, and then I saw the font was like 14. I was like, oh, okay, we're good.
12
Okay.
or 10. I think it was in Calibri
Double
and
spaced?
10. There were 22 multiple choice questions,
Oh,
5 short answer questions, and a 2-page essay.
okay. 2-page essay.
It's good.
Oh,
Comparing, going into detail about the different economic systems of ancient Mesopotamia and the Asian cultures.
Yeah, 2-page essay is not terrible.
It's not terrible.
I
No.
would do that
At all.
right now.
And all of their multiple choice questions came off of previously released AP tests to prepare them.
Mm.
I'm a good teacher.
Yeah, That's how a good teacher works.
Yeah! Remind me, and I'll give you extra points on Wednesday. Okay? That's fair. No,
Yeah,
it's not.
I still get it.
Which one?
The one that,
Oh, this
the
one?
one that we just did. Yeah, I didn't do it the way you did it. 'cause
That's
I didn't
okay. You
do
should still
substitution.
get the same answer.
Yeah, so I plugged in x equals 2 sevenths into here, into that, there, and then I got
You see.
this.
Yeah.
So
Minus 2z equals negative 1. What do you mean blah, blah, blah?
oh,
X equals
'cause I
negative
already-
2 sevenths.
Because I already did all the math over here, so I
What,
didn't want
what
to
equations did you use?
So I just did that to remind myself that it's all the way over here.
Equals blah blah.
Okay, so these two, I just used these two, canceled them out since it's minus 1 xy. Got this,
Right.
and then
And that. Okay.
this.
Where did you solve for x? Let me see that.
Over here. So then I
Ah.
multiplied this by negative 10 to get the z's to cancel out to find x.
So this one times 10. And
Yeah.
this one. Okay. Times negative 10. 200z plus 20z equals 10. So good. Negative 175x equals 50, so that's good.
Yeah.
And then you plugged that back into
And then I put it in here.
this one. I'm going to do it up here from where you left off. So you've got negative 2 sevenths x equals negative 2 sevenths. And then 18 times 2 sevenths. Where was it? Minus 2z equals negative 1. Okay, so negative 18 times 2, which is 36, over 7, minus, bless you, 2z equals negative 1. So add 36 sevenths, and you get that negative 2z equals, this is 7 over 7, so negative 7 plus 36 is 29 over 7, times 1 over negative 2 times 1 over negative 2, z equals 29 over 14 negative. Your problem is here,
Stop here.
right here.
Yeah. That should be.
Plus 36 over 7, yeah. And then you'll get the right answer. Yes.
I have some problems from the last class
Okay.
that I was here. Should I do that on the lunch break with you? How do we need to get through LA stuff during class?
We do. Good. Let's save it until the end. If we get through today's lesson, then we'll go back and ask more homework questions. Okay. Because we're starting something brand new today.
Wait, what is I was supposed to do review?
I think there's a
Or is
review
that on
Wednesday.
Hey class, I'm just checking stuff on my computer. Okay.
I thought it was just review today because you said we had a test.
You might be right. I'm going to go to lesson plans for Algebra 2.
No, bend it down.
You are right. We are only in review today.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Thank you.
I still didn't get the right answer. I'm done.
No.
So done.
It's not.
That's okay. I'll just take the
No,
negative
because
point. I
it's
don't
not
care.
times negative 2. It's divided by negative 2.
But that would mean it's times.
No, because over here
Or the
it's times negative
it's
2.
reciprocal.
Yes. Which gives you 29 over 7 times 2, which is 14, and it's negative. There you go. Okay. Ask away, Jostin.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. 167.
167.
Of course, the word problems.
I'm so
21 and
glad.
23.
I scheduled review for today. So linear programming. Oh gosh, I don't want to do 21 again. It's the worst. It's linear programming. It's that big one with the berry fruit aid.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
167.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Okay.
Prepare yourself.
Yeah.
Is it like way
I'll-
harder than
I'll tell you what.
23?
It is so ridiculous as a problem. I think I'm just gonna give everybody that did it extra credit, and then omit it from the homework. Okay.
I got it.
Yeah. So, you want me to do 23?
I'd kind of rather get extra credit.
By doing it on your own and having me not do it right here?
Oh, no, I'd rather do it right here.
Okay. So number 23?
21.
Well, I'm going to do 23.
Okay.
If you can do 23,
You can maybe do 21.
right, okay. You have 180 tomatoes. 180. I love tomatoes, by the way. Yeah.
Let's say that kindergarten math problem about 300 watermelons.
This just reminds
Why
me
do
of
you have 300 watermelons? I don't know. You have 300 of them, though, because we need to learn triple digits.
this reminds me of what did the daddy tomato say to the baby tomato in the race? Better catch up.
Come on, Sid, catch up.
I love it. Okay. Oh, did you guys go to homecoming? How was that? How was it?
Did you actually? I danced for the last song.
Oh, you guys want to see me dancing at my formal on Saturday? Cause
At your funeral?
formal.
Oh.
I went to
Just dance right into the coffin.
I went to a Navy birthday ball, which is black tie, with my boss. Let's see. That's my boss. Yeah.
I thought your boss was the guy at Math.
I have 3 jobs. And then here we are dancing too. We danced for hours. I took off my shoes and I was wearing what's called a high-low. So I have a picture of it. You can see my feet because it's like cut. It's long in the back and then it's short in the front, and so you can see my feet. And I kicked off my shoes and I was dancing. It was fun. Okay. So I'm sorry. If I had been chaperoning, I would have.
I brought my friend. We were dancing. Like,
I would have boogied with you. Yeah, I love that. Boogie. Let's actually have a 5-second interlude. What do you guys think?
I had I actually legit bought a DJ controller. With a major incentive being that I didn't have to find a date to dances or dance at dances because I would be teaching.
I got my friend. He really wanted to DJ with me.
The other class is gonna love this video.
Come on, everybody, dance break. Jocelyn gets even more bonus points because he was dancing. Bonus points for dancing. Yeah.
I did one whip and I get bonus points.
What?
Come on, guys.
Seriously, you guys are lame in the most loving way that I can possibly say that.
Dude, I've gotten
If
2%
you-
for saying that's how a good teacher teaches and doing the whip.
I did the
In
lawnmower.
2017.
I did the lawnmower at the ball.
Oh,
You know, the like. I was doing it. It was awesome. Okay, so you have 100 tomatoes and 15 onions left over from your garden. You want to use these to make jars of tomato sauce and jars of salsa to sell at a farm stand.
But you need avocados. You need salsa.
No, you don't.
Oh wait, salsa. Salsa. Sorry, not tomatoes and onions. But don't you need more stuff to make a good salsa? Well, Nicole,
By the way, what is
it's
the
just something
homework?
like that.
Because I know we're doing reviews, but maybe.
It's review.
Okay, yeah. Like,
It's the chapter
I might-
review.
If that's okay, I might
Okay,
try to
so
read
the
it now
question
and then
is,
Yeah.
run into the
How
problem
many
that
jars
way.
of each should you make to maximize
Right.
profit? So the goal is maximize profit.
Yes. It's page 186, 1 through 22 all.
186.
Oh, is that our homework?
1
Yeah.
through 22.
Oh, 186.
Mm.
Right. Page 186,
Just example.
1 through 22 all. You thought I said 1 through 100?
At first,
I think you mean page 189 because that's where these are just examples. So I think you mean
No.
the chapter test.
These are not, they give you examples and then they have the,
got it.
They need to
Cool.
186, 1 through 22. And
Right.
that's all of the homework?
yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's it?
Yeah, it's preparing for your test
Which is it's all.
on Wednesday.
Remember that. It's
Oh.
22 problems.
Oh, wow. 22 problems.
Wow.
Well, I want you guys to succeed.
Yeah.
And if I have to listen to Jacob tell me one more time about how much homework he has on a Monday night.
Tuesdays.
If I get it all done on Monday.
No, okay, last week it was bad. It was just last week because I have Kim and history homework and English homework to do on Tuesday.
Everybody else.
I spent I don't understand. I spent 5.5 hours on last week's math on Tuesday.
I spent 5.5 hours grading your people's math.
It's not supposed to take up the whole day with one subject.
But it is supposed to be at least 5 hours a week of just class time.
But
So,
not 5 hours on Tuesday.
so
And
then you would
do
have,
more on Thursday and Fridays.
and normal math people have like an hour-ish of homework a week or a day. So that's a little bit about 10 hours of math a week.
Last week was the graph.
And so if we only get 3 hours here in class, then it's 7 hours that you guys should be doing at home. But I don't give you that much homework, so you're still under the public school kids. Okay. So tomato sauce.
Like they come home from school and they do like a little bit of homework and they go back next day to do a little bit of homework and next day to do a little bit of homework.
No, they don't.
It's not a lot.
3-page problem. One problem with my honors pre-calc student out of a packet of like 30 problems.
She's not even in, she's like in middle school, and they have like at least one test every week. Yeah. But like for each subject, so like.
The amount of homework they do have, not that it's not doable, but is really an ungodly amount
Yeah.
for children.
Let the children live their lives without the burden.
It's doable, but it's
It's just
Okay.
not very nice.
So back to this. Okay.
Tom sauce.
Tom sauce. So a jar of tomato sauce requires 10 tomatoes and 1 onion. Okay. And a jar of salsa requires 5 tomatoes
5 tomatoes or 10 tomatoes and 1 onion.
and 1/4 of an onion.
Oh, 1/4.
Oh, we're on
One
salsa.
onion is for tomato sauce.
Right. You'll make a profit of $2 on every jar of tomato sauce sold. And a profit of, let's write this in blue, actually. $2 per bottle there or jar there, and $1.50 per jar here. The farm stand wants at least 3 times as many jars of tomato sauce as jars of salsa. Okay. how many jars of each should you make to maximize profit? Okay, so our profit is 2. Okay, let's call this X and this one's Y. So this is X, this is Y, and we know that 3Y, and this is equal to 1Y. Okay? Or, yeah, at least 3Y. Okay, so profit is 2X plus 1.5Y. X being how many jars of tomato sauce we sell, Y being how many jars of salsa we sell. Okay?
Sorry, I'm still writing.
Oh, that's okay.
Will our homework be graded in time so we can look at it Wednesday to see if there's like any problems we have before we take the test?
I'll do my best for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Because it'd be nice if I could get this one back just so I can make sure like, I'm doing everything right.
I'll do my
If
best
it's
for
gonna
that.
be on the test.
Okay.
That is super.
So, we know that we only have 180 tomatoes. So 10x, which is how many tomatoes per jar of tomato sauce, plus 5y cannot be bigger than 180. Does that make sense? And then 1x plus 1/4 y cannot be bigger than 15. And we know that because they want at least 3 times as many, x is at the very least, other way around. The smallest it can get is 3y. And then, of course, y must be greater than or equal to 0, and x must be greater than or equal to 0. Does this make sense so far? Everybody's okay? Okay.
A lot to keep track of.
Yeah, but up until this point, it's all stuff you've done already, just translating a word problem into inequalities and equations. So, we're going to put all of these in graphable form by putting them in like slope-intercept form. So, starting, these are already mostly, these two right here. So then we get that y is less than or equal to 1/3 x if we solve for y here, right here,
Yeah.
by both sides of 3.
So-
Okay.
I was thinking x over 3, but that doesn't really work.
Well, it's the same exact. It's equivalent.
1/3, yeah.
Yeah, but if writing it as 1/3 pulls out the m and makes it a coefficient. Okay.
Oh, right, because we want to be able to see a slope.
Right. And then looking here, move my x to the other side, so 15 minus x, and multiply everything times 4. Y is less than or equal to negative 4x plus 60. Does that make sense?
That's the first equation, right?
That's this one, yeah. The second one.
Okay. So,
And then moving my 10x over here and dividing everything by 5 to solve for y, I get that y must be less than or equal to negative 2x and then plus 90. Does this all make sense? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equations to graph.
wait, is the last purple one the first orange one? Or, I mean, sorry, the last purple one the red
Yes.
equation?
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
this will show us the. Okay, so I'm having trouble remembering which each of these lines is going to represent.
They don't represent anything. Just get the equations. When they're over here, they represent, we built them based on our understanding of our limitations for this problem. We are going to now graph them. When we graph them, we don't need to remember what each one means because where they all overlap, they're all inequalities, so their solutions will be a whole region. Where they all overlap, it will form a shape, and we're just going to pull the corner points out of that shape. Right, so we don't need to retain what each one of these signifies. Does that make sense? Okay. So, we know that it has to be greater than or equal to 0. So it's just going to be right here, and I just showed quadrant 1 up here. Do you guys remember how the coordinate plane is divided up into 4 quadrants? So I'm okay saying quadrant 1. Okay. All right, so y equals 1/3 x. So for every 5 that I move over this way, or let's do every 15, I need to move up 5 this way. Does that make sense? And then I move up another 15 and another 5. So I get, essentially, okay. And then this one. Y is less than or equal to negative 4x plus 60, bless you. So 60, right here. Negative 4x means that I go down every 4 of my y for every 1 of my x. So if I go down 20, that's over 5. And then down another 20, and then over another 5. And I know that has to be under there. So far, this is my shape. And then pink. I'm going to spare making my pink one black. Okay. So 90, and then my slope is negative 2. So for every 10 that I go down, I go over 5, 10, 5, let's see, 10, it should be right there. Okay, so clearly my graph's not very accurate. Let's graph this on the calculator. Oh, that one's dead. Don't be dead. Yeah! Ooh. Okay. I agree. Looking out for it, you know? Doing my best.
Wait, the pink line doesn't have any relevance to the shape, does it?
That's why I'm graphing it on here. Okay. So.
May I use the restroom where you're plugging that on?
Yes. My shoes aren't broken in and they hurt. My shoes aren't broken in and they hurt. It's not that they hurt like all over. Huh? Thank you. I scuffed them already. But they are like rubbing on one spot on my heel. Makes it irritated. Well, I'll plug these in anyway. So y is less than or equal to 1/3 x. Isn't a review day nice? Just chill. Yeah. Cool. Okay, and then y is less than or equal to negative 4x plus 60 and negative 2x plus 90. I'm going to change my window so I can see the thing. Is it open? Oh, yeah, please. Okay.
So was the pink line on yours off? Or?
No.
Oh wait, no. Okay, they're colored differently.
So that means this is my shape. Right. And I have 3 coordinates. So I've got 0, 0, which I'm not even going to bother with because there's no way that's going to maximize profit. And then I have this one right here and this one right here. Okay, so on my calculator, if I hit second and then second trace, which is calc, and I want to find the point where they intersect, asks me about which one I want for it to be my first curve, and then my second curve. Yeah. Why isn't it working? Oh. Really? 13.84 and 4.6? Did you guys get that? I'm going to try that again.
Oh no, you're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Is that what you got?
I didn't do it.
13.84 and 4.6. That is weird. And then I'm going to calculate my 0, second calc, 0.
What is the this 3 point? What page number is this on?
This is on page 167.
I think my graph came out bad. Does that look wrong to you?
No.
My shape doesn't have the
And
0, 0 corner.
right here, 15. What?
My shape doesn't have the 0, 0 corner, because my shape would be this region right here, right?
No, it would be this one.
This tiny little...
Right, because this right here, it's still less than, so it's this way.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay. And then my point is 15, 0. So I have 15, 0 and 13.84, 4.6. So taking these and plugging them into my objective function, I get 2x, which is 2 times 13.84 plus 5y. No, I was looking below. 1.5y. So 1.5 times 4.6 is 34.58. And then 15 times 2 is 30. So this is the answer. That weird one. That is super weird. Why would they give you a problem that has impossible answers? You know what I'm talking about?
They gave you 21, so...
Let's see.
What did you expect?
It's supposed to be 14 grams of tomato sauce and 4 jars of salt.
Yeah, they rounded up for this one and down for that one.
Okay. Can I borrow a calculator real quick?
Well, mine's dying. They're both dead. Blech.
I probably have... Is it charged?
No.
Like, does it charge, though? Is it not
Yes,
a battery
it
calculator?
charges.
Okay, so I have that.
You do?
In my backpack.
You do?
You have a wall adapter. I left my wall adapter at home. I have pretty much everything else.
Yes. Sorry. I have this thing.
Micro. I need a mini thing. Micro also.
Any other questions?
I have this guy. One of those should work. So you plug the type A end into it, and then all the tiny little ones will.
I don't think so. I think it's cool. Yay! Thank you. Okay.
Oh,
So-
no, I forgot that.
What? Is it
I
worth
did
taking the last time?
OK sign,
Okay.
and the media is trying to make the OK sign a white power sign because W-E.
So dumb.
It's really stupid.
That is stupid. Okay.
Retarded.
Any other questions?
We have a time, I just haven't done the homework.
Well, why don't you guys get started on the homework and then ask me if there's a question? You have 10 minutes.
Oh wait, yeah, this guy.
Here's the homework.
Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Tori's got. Yeah, names. I see names. I like names on work.
Oh my gosh, this looks so weird. Like versus the
Oh.
not color edition.
Yeah. What kind of graphing calculator did you get? So on Wednesday, when we get into matrices, graphing calculators are really important. I like it. Yay!
That's the same as me.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
look.
This is so messed up. Yesterday I was doing the 500, and then when I ended it,
The 500?
yeah, I was at a summit and I started
Wait.
500.
Oh.
So I'm doing the P equals equation at the end of
Mm-hmm.
thing, and I have 27.68 times 6.9. So after that,
Where are you getting those two numbers?
from multiplying it with the thing we got. Like we got the 13.84
Yeah.
and 4.6,
Yeah.
right? And then we were supposed to plug that into the P equals 2x.
Yes.
1.5y.
Oh, yeah. Add those two together.
Or multiply them together?
No, multiply the coordinates times their
Oh,
coefficients and then add.
That would have been a big problem. Okay.
Yes.
When I finished, one of the girls was like, your nose, and I was like, they're just like bleeding out.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh, I'm
how
sorry.
long was I doing that? Now it's all right. My nose needs help.
Sorry.
Gosh. Okay, so P equals 34.58, and that's what we wanted, right? That was the answer.
That is the highest profit. So whichever coordinates gave you that answer is good.
we
So
were
because
looking-
these are unrealistic coordinates, because you can't make 13.86 jars of tomato sauce, then I would round.
Okay,
That's why I was complaining about how this problem, they don't even give you a possible answer.
so we'd say. Sorry, that was really weird. I meant 34.58, but we can't do that either. So you just round to 35.
Well, bless you. That's not actually a part of your answer. The answer is only asking you how much should you make of each to maximize profit. So once you find out which pair maximizes profit,
Oh.
that pair
and
is your
then you
answer.
Plug it into the profit equation that we have.
And it gives you the profit. And then you compare the profits to find which coordinate is the one you want.
So we then the answer would be just
No, the answer would be 13.68 or 86 because that's x and y. You had to multiply those times 2 and 1.5 to get those numbers that you're saying right now.
Oh, the answer would be those coordinates that
Yes.
we got? Oh, okay.
Wow, Jake, your shoes match your sweatshirt? And are you wearing unicorn socks?
No.
Horses?
Okay.
Looks like
unicorn poop in the rainbow.
Wow. I want some.
I gave my stepbrother a birthday card that had a unicorn vomiting a rainbow. It's just like, bleh! It was magical. Yeah, what's more magical than unicorn vomit? That's what I think. Did you know that the unicorn is the national animal of Scotland?
I think I have heard.
Yes, that is
What?
real.
A mythical animal as your national
I don't think Scotland cares. They did it. So, is that an energy bar bag?
No, it's a bagel bag.
I used to have energy bars when I was a little girl. So excited. I know that my battery is low. I am charging it, you fool.
Whoa.
Or maybe this thing is dead.
Wait, does that have a Type C and a Type A on it?
What?
The battery pack.
No.
Oh no,
That's
it has
to
the
charge itself.
micro.
Okay, and it's dead now, so that's the end of that.
What?
My
Did it show it that it was being charged?
yes, for half a minute. So great. I have no
Is the
calculator.
battery pack dead?
Yeah, that's why.
Hmm.
I don't have. I might have one in my car. I should
need
go
to get
check.
a higher quality of these.
I should go check in my car. Okay, so that's the
No,
end of
actually,
class.
it was
Yay!
people
I'm so
handed
glad
it
this
out.
actually worked. Stop streaming.
I think it might